Welcome to everybody. What we're going to do first, I should introduce myself for those of you who don't know. My name's Dr. Rachel Carling-Jenkins and I'm the State Parliamentary Leader here in Victoria for Australian Conservatives, and I'm very proud to be that member. Thank you very much. We're going to start tonight by singing the national anthem, so can we get everyone to stand and sing the anthem together? Choir in the making. That's amazing singing. Well, welcome to everyone, and a special thank you to our volunteers who did such a great job in helping everyone to sit down tonight and get in with minimum of fuss. So you can all see, I just need to do the bit of housekeeping. Our exits are at the back. If there is an emergency, we'll just do that in a very orderly manner because Conservatives are very orderly, aren't we? Yes? Okay, stick to the rules, maybe not always. And if you need any help during the night, please go and see one of your volunteers who have a lanyard around their neck. Thank you. This is a great day or a great night for Australian Conservatives in Australia and for Australian Conservatives here in Victoria. Would you agree? I'm looking around this room and I see some very familiar faces. I see some Facebook friends. I see, it's a great place to get to know people. I see people that I've worked with, had the pleasure of working with, but I also see a lot of new faces, and I'm really excited about that. There are so many people here that I look forward over the coming months to getting to know. We're all here, aren't we, for a common vision. We are here to make Australia and Victoria a better place to live. And we are here to make Australia and Victoria a better place for us to raise our families. I look forward to hearing all of your stories about why you've come and joined Australian Conservatives. Maybe you've come because you're frustrated with the major parties and their elitist agendas. Or maybe you've come, like me, because you want to be part of this great movement, this great momentum of bringing Conservatives together under one banner, uniting us under a common cause. And I want to say to everyone, no matter what your motivation has been to come here tonight, you are all welcome. And I look forward to working with you as part of this great team. I have a vision for Victoria. Next year, in 16 months, not long, 16 months, we're going to have a state election here in this state. And quite possibly before that, we're going to be going to a federal election. Victoria is a strong state for Australian Conservatives. There is a strong silent majority out there. And I actually call them the silent no more majority because there are a lot of people are joining our party. We have thousands of members in our state alone. And that represents people's frustration. It represents their trust in us as well. And we will be going to those elections with a full campaign, with an aim to get a senator in for Victoria, for the federal, and in the state, we're aiming to add some friends because I don't want to be there alone again. And I look forward to that. That is our vision, and that is why we're here tonight. We're here to unite around our 4 key principles, our fundamentals. We're here to talk about limited government because it is time that governments return to their job, to guarantee our individual freedoms and our protection. It is not, yes, amen, preach it. It is not up to governments to be dictating to our children in our schools about gender ideology. It is time for governments to empower parents to do the job that has been entrusted to them. So we will stand up against the unsafe Safe Schools program and the disrespectful relationships programs that they're putting into our schools. Together, we will end government overreach, because Australian Conservatives are the only party going into the elections in 2018 in Victoria who will provide a better way for our state. Our second key platform is personal responsibility. We are supposed to live in a free society, but governments seem to be increasingly ignoring this basic principle. All you need to do here in our state is pick up a newspaper, and what do you see? You see a law and order crisis, which is escalating. We no longer have a police force, we have a police service. I have no problem with social workers. That's actually my background. But I do not expect our police to be that. Offenders are getting bailed too easily. Police have their hands tied and they can no longer proactively police. We read in the papers recently that 2 police cars are being rammed per week in Victoria, yet there's no legislation against this. And our police are being told to disengage from violent offenders for fear of risk. Our community is at risk. We are not promoting personal responsibility through our legislation or through our actions. Meanwhile, victims of crime are left with little support and governments are refusing to answer. So we will take a solution-orientated action plan on law and order to the next election, which is more than any other party is doing. Australian Conservatives will be the only party to provide this better way for Victoria in 2018 elections. Our third platform is free enterprise. This is about encouraging a strong economy to support individuals and to support the families they support and to help them thrive. Successive governments in our state have discouraged business development. Victorian industries have been unnecessarily gutted. Car manufacturing, taxis, and sections of our timber industry are just 3 examples. Now, a couple of nights ago, I had a meeting with a number of members from these groups. And while they were telling me tragic stories about becoming bankrupt, losing their homes, awful things, one thing really stuck out to me. It was people saying they were no longer in a position to give back and to donate back to their community. They had lost their ability to give back because governments had taken that away from them. That is not the free enterprise that we should be encouraging. Encouraging businesses encourages social responsibility, but gutting businesses leave us all the poorer for it. So it is time for governments to be held accountable for their actions. and the governments in Victoria in particular. We are here to build a strong economy free from ideology, free from influence of the Greens. And yeah, that's a good one. Absolutely. We definitely need to get free of that group. Absolutely. And that's what taking back the upper house in Victoria is all about. They have 5 seats out of 40 in our upper house. They hold the balance of power. We're going to change that in the next election. Are you with me? Yep. We will be providing a better way for Victoria. And our 4th pillar, civil society. Society decays without foundations. And this, because of my background, working 20 years in the welfare sector, is probably my favourite one. We're all allowed to have favourites, I hope. Western culture is founded in Judeo-Christian traditions, and they provide us with a strong guide. And it is families that are always at the forefront of our minds, because they are the building block for the strong culture and for civil society to flourish. But when governments like ours here in Victoria continually bring in heavy-handed legislation which is designed to undermine the family, and I think about safe schools again, and they're designed to satisfy a very small section of the community, very small, but very much overrepresented inside the walls of Victorian Parliament, we need to stand up against that. We need to take a stand. We need to become the silent no more majority.